So a lot of people may be wondering why I haven't really been uploading very recently, as my last commentary video was 10 days ago. And that's really because I feel like there hasn't been anything interesting to talk about with Fortnite recently. I feel like overall we've been in a pretty heavy content drought for the last couple of weeks, which will hopefully be coming to an end very soon here, as it's possible that Fortnite could release an update this upcoming Tuesday. But I feel like that update's gonna have to bring a lot of stuff with it and a lot of fixes with it to propel the game moving forward. But in today's video, I just kind of wanted to talk about the current state of the game, because I feel like Chapter 4, while it is a really cool season, has had kind of a mismanaged and unfortunate launch. And I don't want this video to come across as me saying that I think the season is bad, because I personally think that this season has the potential to be incredible. It's just there's a few problems with it, and the launch overall just hasn't been as exciting for me as the launch for Chapter 3 was. As by this point, well, Chapter 3 didn't have a lot of updates during this time. We had so much stuff to look forward to, like Tilted Tower's return, combos being added, the pizza item, the addition of Covert Cavern, we had the Spider-Man mythics, just so much exciting stuff happening during Chapter 3's launch, and just that entire season as a whole, and that's kind of a feeling I really miss, and I don't really think I've ever been that excited about Fortnite ever since. Chapter 3 had so much potential, so much momentum, and I feel like they kind of just squandered it with Season 2 onwards. Chapter 4 feels like it could have a lot of potential, but they haven't reached it yet. And I even made a whole video about a lot of the mechanics that they've introduced during this chapter being really cool on paper, but when it comes to the actual execution, I feel like they haven't been very exciting additions. With me mentioning in that video a lot of ways that they can improve upon these mechanics to make them truly revolutionary to the genre as a whole. But when you have things like augments the way they are right now, yes, they're cool, but they don't really change that much about the game. Same with the capture zones. They're cool, but they're not implemented in a way that makes me actually want to go for them. The new items are cool, but feel mismanaged in their balancing and don't work off the capture or the augment mechanics. And overall, it makes me feel like Chapter 4 didn't really innovate that much. It feels like the same kind of formula we see for most seasons. And to be fair, Chapter 3 kind of had that too, but Chapter 3 also brought back a lot of fan favorite things, such as the vault system from Chapter 2 Season 2 with Covert Cavern, and of course Tilted Towers. Plus, it had the weather with the tornadoes and lightning storms, which we barely got to see during the chapter, unfortunately, and combos got added, which were something we had never seen before at all. And while those things didn't completely change the game, there was enough stuff to keep it exciting and interesting. With this chapter, it kind of feels like more of the same, even though it really shouldn't feel that way. It's a brand new map, brand new art style, got a lot of new mechanics, but none of them change up BR enough to keep it interesting. And I think this is where we kind of bring the idea of the BR fatigue, because I think it's very real. I feel like a lot of people have been experiencing a large fatigue with this genre, because I feel like BR is one of those genres that, well, it's replayable for a while, the game has to be consistently changing and evolving to keep it interesting, and while Fortnite has been adding stuff, it's starting to feel pretty formulaic with how they do seasons nowadays. One or two new mechanics, a new vehicle, some map changes. Oh, and of course a brand new battle pass. And since this is the 4th map we have been on, a new one isn't as exciting as it used to be. So I'd argue the biggest new innovation to Fortnite Chapter 4 has been the visuals and the graphics, which I gotta say are absolutely outstanding. But it's also a double-edged sword, because you also have the downside that performance just isn't as good as it used to be. They've made some improvements over time, it seems, but the performance is still a far cry from what it used to be. I feel like I'm not running this game as well as I should be because of the graphics. Even if I'm running on low settings, it doesn't change the fact that the new Unreal just isn't as optimized. And honestly, a lot of things about this season don't seem to be optimized. We've been seeing tons of bugs and glitches with brand new items, augments, all that kind of stuff. Even just the simplest thing like hurdling has been broken, mantling, and I expect these types of bugs for creative at this point, but BR, I feel like has been pretty stable for the majority of its life, so to see it be this buggy is really strange. We're seeing items and features be removed left and right due to issues with the game. We're seeing XP glitches being exploited, and I think all the issues that I've talked about in this video so far are the symptom of something that I worried about all the way back when I made that video about why I was worried for Chapter 4 before it even launched. And it is the issue that I was worried it might be rushed. Now that might sound crazy to say, but I do think that this season was released before it was ready to push it out for the holiday season and get people excited about the new Unreal. It does kind of feel that way to me. And again, don't get me wrong, I don't think that this is a bad season at all. In fact, I think it has the potential to be an incredible season, but as it is now, it feels a tad underdeveloped. It feels a tad unfinished. Now, the visuals and the map are fantastic, and those don't feel rushed in any way at all. It's the fact that they made these things and then just kind of threw in the gameplay, and that's kind of where it starts to fall off. I feel like the gameplay is not to the same quality as the visuals, as the map, as the new items and textures and all that kind of stuff. And with how many bugs we've been seeing and the performance issues that have been happening, it really feels like the season was launched before it was ready to meet that winter holiday quota, which is something that a lot of games do when they release around November or December, which is what I was worried about. Is Fortnite gonna try and hit this quota with future chapters? Are they gonna release them yearly now? I don't know, because if they do, that's gonna be a big problem for the quality of future seasons. I don't honestly think that they're gonna do that though. I don't think we're gonna see yearly chapter releases. I think this chapter was merely meant to happen this early because of the developments in Unreal Engine. I have faith that this was probably planned for a long time, but I feel like the technology with the new Unreal just isn't to the level of optimization where it should be yet. Is it close? Yes, definitely, but I don't think it's there just yet. But you know, I can see why Epic would want to release this technology and show it off with Fortnite. Because first off, Fortnite has a really fun, cartoony visual aesthetic that blends really well with this new lighting system and all the new Unreal Engine features. And Fortnite is very easy to kind of bring this into because the gameplay is very simple at a base value. But that's the issue with Chapter 4, is that what I was hoping for was a big innovation with BR gameplay, and I don't think they really did that because of the focus on the aesthetics and the focus on the actual map itself. You have things like augments, you have things like capture zones, but it doesn't really feel like they took the time to flesh out these mechanics to the point where it actually makes them feel impactful, so it just kind of feels like the same old BR mode that we've been playing for 5 years at this point. Me and a lot of others are feeling the BR fatigue, and Fortnite has had the chance to really improve upon the BR genre and take it in a brand new direction for a long time now, but it doesn't seem like they've done it just yet. But the chapter still has a lot of potential to improve as we are still in Season 1. Season 2 could bring a lot with it, and hey, who knows, future updates of this season alone could bring a lot to change the game. But with the amount of bugs, performance issues, and stuff like that, I feel like this chapter was released a bit before it was ready. Does it ruin the game? Definitely not, but those things do make it harder to enjoy for sure. And for the final time, I'm just gonna say I do not hate this season. It may seem like I'm complaining a lot about it, but it's just because I really want Fortnite to grow. I want it to improve as much as it can, and I feel like it's important to kind of put these flaws out there. And I know a lot of people may not agree with me in this video, but honestly, there's just a lot of issues that I've had with this season and with the launch of Chapter 4 specifically that I feel like I didn't really have with the launch of Chapter 3. But overall, this is a fantastic new map. The visuals are absolutely stunning. The brand new weapons are pretty fun, the loot pool is pretty great as well, augments and capture zones are fantastic new additions, I just wish they did more with them, and the season overall is really great. I just don't feel compelled to play it very much due to the fact that it is still the same BR that we've known for a long time, and it's being bogged down from some technical issues that I think could have been avoided with a bit of delays. But the good thing about Fortnite is that this chapter has just started and there's plenty of seasons ahead of us, so I have faith that it will get even better from here, which is really, really exciting. But let me know in the comments, what do you guys think about this chapter so far? Do you agree with what I said in this video? Let me know. If you guys like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new because I make videos like this all the time, and you can also use my supported creator code Bendominator in the Fortnite item shop #ad. Thank you guys so much for watching, have a great rest of your day, and goodbye.